Hey Minecraft friends, I've got a project for you. So, have you ever done these things called PAPERCRAFT, where you take these templates online and you download them and you cut them out and you make them blocks for your kids or you make them for yourself, and you know what happens to it after about 10 minutes? Yeah, this is what happens to it after about 10 minutes, right? So am I right? They get squished, you can't get them back together, and you spend so long cutting it out and doing it, and your kid's crying, you're like, I gotta make it work. So wouldn't you like it to be something like this, where it's real blocks that you can, you know, and they don't break? So what we did, and this has been about 8 months ago, we made these blocks. In fact, we made these blocks before we made our channel. It's been that long. And what I did is I actually made some experiments. So I took, this is printer paper that is photo paper, and then these were just regular old printer paper that, you know, just ordinary stuff. And what I did is I took a block. This is my blank right here. It's a 1.5 inch square block, and I just picked it because it was about the same size, right? And I cut it in 1.5 inches to make a block out of it. And what I did is I took the PAPERCRAFT and I resized it, and you can resize this thing with, say, like Microsoft Word or Publisher or Paint. It doesn't matter. Any of those programs you could do it, because this is just a JPEG image, and you just click and move it so that it's the same size as the block you're using, which is about yay big, and you can see that fits about there, right? And then you glue it together, and I'll show you how to glue it in a second, all right? And that's it, and it made these blocks. Now, this one looks a little beat up, right? It looks a little beat. This one's missing an end here. This one missed an end. And you know what? How long that we've had these things? These have been in Fritz's backpack. My son, 7-year-old son in 2nd grade, they have been in his backpack, rolling around, hitting things and pins and markers and whatever, and abused and played with entire school year for 8 months. And this is as bad as they look after 8 months, all right, of me doing 5 minutes of work to make these. So I never have to make a stinking thing of birch wood again. It's there, it's good, it's fixed, all right? And what I ended up with this experiment with glossy paper was, that didn't work out as well as just using the regular printer paper. And I think the reason why the printer paper works so well is because it molds over the edges, and the wood glue glues it on, and it stays just fine, and it's great, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our block, and what I've measured off with a ruler here, and I've measured the 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna go cut it, and you're gonna come with me, and we're gonna create a block with this, and then we're gonna glue it together with our paper that we made, and we can make us a nice sturdy block that lasts forever, all right? Ready? Okay. So this is what I am using to cut the wood with, all right? And this is extremely overkill for this. You don't have to do this. You could use like a handsaw or something very small to cut the wood. I'm just using this because I have it. And you got to be careful, kids, when you use saws, right? Because what can happen if, say, I take my hand and I go, don't do that, all right? Don't do that. All right, so here we go, ready? We're gonna cut our wood. Line it up. And we have ourselves one complete square block. Got a little bit of fuzz on there, but that's okay. And let's go put our stuff on it. Of course, I know what you want to do again. I know what you want to do again. Ready? You want to do it one more time? Let's see if I can cut it down the middle. That could be your finger, kids. Woo. Ah. I got it! Okay, so we're back with the block, right? And I murdered a poor hot dog. But don't worry, that hot dog was bad, and I was going to throw it away anyway. All right, so I'm cutting out this. And you know what? We don't have to cut these stupid tabs out anymore. Just need to cut the whole thing out. So let me do that real quick. Almost done. And don't worry about being perfect because you're going to smooth it out anyway with the glue. Trust me on this one. The glue will actually smooth it out because it's, you know, wood glue. Alright, so I got this. Alright, and what I found the best, because see the grain of the wood right here? That's where I cut, right? I want to put that in the very middle. I'm going to put that in the very middle right here. And it just seemed to work out better that way. I don't know why, don't ask me, but whatever. I'm doing it. Just, you know, give me a break. All right, and this is the glue that we're using, Mod Podge. You can get that anywhere. Of course, I would think that if you don't have this, you could use wood glue, you could use like Elmer's glue, anything of the sort. The issue with this glue is you need like a brush to do it. You can't, like, I mean, it doesn't come with the brush. But I, you know, don't know where one is. So I'm just going to use my fingers. Oh, come on, man. This thing is all... It's all go away. Ah. Alright. So here we go, right? I'm going to smear some glue on here. I'm just using my fingers. And I'm going to smear some glue. I can smell it all over. And again, don't worry about getting messy. There is a purpose for this with getting the glue all around, and I'll show that to you in a second. It's not just being silly. I mean, I'm being silly, but you know what I mean. There's something more. All right, that's a little bit too much. Come on, get it down a little bit. Okay. All right, and here's my block. All right, the reason I want to be extra liberal with it is because there's so many pores in this block, all right, that it'll get to it. And I'm wrapping it around the block. Okay. Alrighty. Not the best work I've ever done, all right? Not the best work, but it'll do. All right, now here's the trick, okay? Since we're using regular old printer paper, these ends that stick up will end up gluing down to the block, all right? So that the block ends up completely uniform. And you know what? Try multiple of them, and you know, if it works out, and you know, whatever. And they turn out like this, you know, once you get it going good. So just practice with it, print out a few of these, try it. It's a fun, messy hobby thing to do. Of course, don't have to use your fingers. You could use, you know, brushes or whatever it is. And then you end up with the Minecraft block, and it'll be your Minecraft block forever. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and try it and see how it goes. Oh, there we go. There we go. See, when I get that end really covered with the glue, the paper ends up smudging all over it, and you see it covers up the end. See that end right there? That's what I'm going for. All right. And you end up doing that with all the ends, the ends that come up a little bit extra, right? So that way they all smooth down and you end up with a nice block. And if you want to do something really nice to it, then spray it. This one I actually sprayed with a little bit of wood varnish in a little can. I spray painted it, but this one I didn't. So you could see this one had a little bit of gloss on it after 8 months in a backpack. This one did not. I don't know. I think they worked out just fine. Anyway, try that project for yourself. Let us know if it works, all right? So we'll see you later.